Wesley Foreman, and you are once again watching Cooking for the Yum of It. First, I'd like to say hello to my 67, as of the filming of this episode, subscribers, and to everyone else who accidentally stumbled onto this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you're finished watching. Today, I am going to be making, and let me see if I can get this pronounced correctly, soupe concombre à la Russe. Or is it concombre? Anyway, however it's pronounced in French, it is a chilled cucumber soup, Russian style. So, let's get started. Now, the first ingredient in cucumber soup is obviously cucumbers. Now, first you want to peel these. I'm just going to do this one first, and then we'll skip ahead to when all of them are done. Now, you want to use seedless cucumbers for this. And sometimes they'll say seedless, but they're not really. So after you've done this part, what you'll want to do to make sure is, and they're not seedless. So, in that event, what you do is, as you may have seen when I did the cucumber recipe last time, you take your little spoon and you just scrape out the seeds. Okay, now that we know we're going to have to not only peel but seed these cucumbers, let's skip ahead to when they're all done. Now that all the cucumbers are peeled and sliced and seeded, our next step is to just... Neatness does not count on this step because it's all going into the food processor over here anyway. I was watching a video on YouTube. I forget what the episode was about, but even Julia Child said that the food processor was one of the greatest inventions of the 20th century. And who am I to disagree with Julia Child? So let me jump ahead to when all the cucumbers are done. The next ingredient is 1.5 cups of plain Greek yogurt. And when I say plain, I do mean plain. I do not mean vanilla. I mean plain, completely unflavored yogurt. So that's 1/2 cup. And there we go, 1.5 cups. Now, we're going to add, here it is, 1 small shallot. I've already prepared that. Put that in here with our yogurt and our cucumber. Now we're going to get 1 clove of minced garlic, which is about 1 teaspoon. Now this is 1/3 cup of loosely packed dill. Now, something about the scent of fresh dill I just really enjoy. It reminds me of pickle making day when my grandmother was still alive. She'd be making pickles in the summer after it had all been harvested. Now 1/4 cup of loosely packed flat leaf parsley. Now this contains 1 tablespoon of loosely packed tarragon leaves, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Put that in there too. Now we add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. 1/4 cup of olive oil. In goes the olive oil. Let me make sure I've got all my ingredients in there. Cucumber, yogurt, lemon, shallot, garlic, dill, parsley, tarragon, olive oil, cayenne, pepper, salt. Okay, that's it for now. So now, the food process in our food processor. It also helps if I plug the thing in. That might feel silly. Now, what we're going to need to do is scrape the edges down a bit. And we're going to keep pureeing this until we pureed it to death. Well, not pureed it to death, but pureed it to deliciousness. See what we have here. Okay. Yeah, it's just about ready. I'm going to scrape it down again and then give it one more good puree for about maybe a minute long, and then we go on to our next step. Okay, I have now pureed it to within 1 inch of its life, and we will now be pouring it into our medium-sized bowl. Now, the interesting part about this is is a soup you don't cook. It's a chilled soup, sort of like gazpacho or vichyssoise, except it's completely no cooking involved. You run it through the food processor, and then we cover it with some plastic wrap. Do a little bit more plastic wrap. Oh, that was close. And this goes in the refrigerator now for approximately 8 hours or overnight. This is a good soup to have when it gets really hot in the summer, because it's a nice chilled, cool soup, full of nutrients and vitamins and minerals, and just darn delicious. So, see you in 8 hours. Now, one thing we can do while we're waiting for our soup to chill is start getting the a la Russe part of our soup ready. Now, one of those things we need to get ready is first we're going to slice up this, well, we're not going to slice, we're going to dice it, this little red onion. And okay, now we take all of our onion peeling, and that sound you hear is the cat being annoyed because he is not being worshipped and admired and adored as he's so accustomed to. But his daddy, my roommate Michael, is coming back home from his heart transplant surgery this coming Tuesday, so he'll have plenty of love and worship in another couple of days. really happy about that. And it's one of the reasons I'm making this. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but one of my friend and roommate Michael's favorite food items is beets. And that will be another item in the a la Russe category. Now this doesn't seem to work as well with red onions as it does with white and yellow. But live and learn. And maybe the cat Bartholomew will want to get in on the video action. So if you want to see, come on, you want to come over here and say hi to everyone. We're going to save this for when the soup is done chilling. Now, you see that it's purple, not red, but it sort of changes red when you cook it, like a lobster, I suppose. It turns bright red. Okay. Yeah, this white and yellow onion method I have of dice that I learned for dicing doesn't seem to really work all that well on red onions. I thought I did it wrong the first time, but second time proves I did it right. It just doesn't work for this one. Now I'm not going to use all of these onions on the soup. I can save some of these for later use. They freeze pretty good. I can use them in soups and as garnish for salads, as a filling for a nice omelet. So let me just put these away. Now the next part that makes it a la Russe is we're going to take a can of Julienned beets. And first we're going to rinse them in cold water, making sure we're in the field here. Save this bowl for the next step. Now we put the beets, oh, sorry about that. Put the beets back in our bowl here. And we're going to season these with some salt. Toss it, make sure your hands are clean. Always make sure your hands are clean no matter what you're doing, but especially when you're handling food. Okay, and let's not forget a little bit of pepper. Okay, now we unwrap our soup, which has been chilling in the refrigerator. Give ourselves a nice couple of scoops here. Then you give it a light drizzle of olive oil. Light scattering of some of our finely diced onions here. Now we take a little dollop of sour cream and we put that right in the middle. And we garnish with our... And the sour cream is mainly to keep the beets from sinking to the bottom, although which I would normally use for like a vichyssoise or a lighter cooked cream-based soup, because as you can see it also stays up pretty well, although it does begin to sink on the part that isn't held up with the sour cream. And there you have it, cucumber soup a la Russe. And now the best part, eating. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, this is good. Mmm. It's particularly a good soup to have during the hotter time of the year, the hot summer months. If you're not a big fan of the cayenne pepper, I used a teaspoon, but feel free to lower that amount so it's more comfortable for you. But I think you will find this is a very tasty soup. Mmm. Mmm. Has a good kick to it. Mmm. Well, that's it for now. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't, like if you enjoyed this episode. Always feel free to comment down below. And as always, until next time, remember, eat and enjoy.